Hello, my beautiful fountain friends, fountain fiends, boils and ghouls, gars and coils. It is time for another ink review here on Creepy Nibs with Count Chocula. Here we're talking about TWSBI Black. Comes in this 70 milliliter bottle. Retails for about $15.99. Guess it depends on where you get it. And so very affordable. Like, yo, good stuff. Bottle is gorge-tastic. Look at that. There's TWSBI logo on the glass on the bottom. It's nice frosted. It's got, this nice clear cap, However, I mean, you can get some ink to, like, hang out underneath the seal in the top. So that's kind of a bummer, but it's not too difficult to take that out and wipe it out. It also comes with this thing. It's like an ink miser. Have you ever used one of those old sailor bottles that have, like, the insert that you put in it and you turn it upside down and it fills with ink, and then ooh, it's perfect little finger thing. Hello, how are you today? But yeah, so I don't need this right now, so I'm not putting it in the bottle. But when it gets low, that'll be awesome, because you turn it upside down, the ink will fill in through these holes, turn it back right side up, and then you can just get your pen right in. Let's see, what kind of pen will fit? 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 Panel fat. I got. Alright, no, this is going to be a long video, okay? So spoiler alert, in case you don't want to sit through like 45 minutes of an ink review, I have a love-hate relationship. Don't put it in a piston filler. It's really nice and really dark and really black. Really awesome for artsy stuff. So I kind of love it in that regard, but I feel kind of like infuriated and confused that it doesn't work very well in a TWSBI. So that's a thing. So have a good day, punch Nazis, all that stuff, bye. Now for the people who actually do want to sit through a 45-minute ink review. So here I have the new Diamond 580 Rose Gold Black. No problems. You could probably get any pen to fit in here just fine. I don't know, what do I have that's like super thick? So here's a TWSBI Eco Broad with the cap on. Even that'll fit. Yeah. Cool stuff, fun stuff, happy stuff, yay, stuff. Okay, enough of that. We don't need to talk about that anymore because we're here to talk about the ink. So this, irrelevant now. There's a lot of shit. I have a lot of shit to go through today, so be aware of that. Don't run away from me. Okay. So there's my coloring card of TWSBI Black. Zoom in for now. There we go. Okay. I don't have anything exactly like this. Like, see, all right. If we get it without the sheen, if that is even a remote possibility, it's very dark black. Not even close to being one of those like watery, stupid blacks that aren't black, just pastel gray. Pastel gray, pastel black, whatever. Here is Graf Faber-Castell Carbon Black. That, I don't know. See, I want this to be my favorite black because of all the awesome stuff it does. But oh, God. It's like that lover that's like, oh my God, you're so hot. But like, also, you're really fucking stupid sometimes. But yeah, this Carbon Black, they have a different kind of sheen. This is kind of like a greeny gold sheen. This is more like a red gold sheen kind of thing like that. This isn't, I don't know, it's hard to tell which one is darker because they're pretty similar in that regard. This one might be a little bit darker. This one's got some like warmer green undertones, or like cooler green, I don't know what the fuck to call that. Greeny undertones. Okay, so there's those. Here is Aurora Black. Definitely not as black as TWSBI Black at all. I just don't understand why so many people say that Aurora Black is like the blackest black that ever blacked. Because it's not. You could tell right there. Like, that's not just the sheen doing that. It's really not as dark as it should be. Light, stop being a butt. Okay, maybe it's not quite that light. I don't know what the hell. Oh, okay, it's because of my exposure levels, because I'll be showing a lot of white stuff. And yeah, let's zoom out. Maybe that. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Sorry. Here's Sailor Cubicuro. which is like really, really dark black. It's got that crazy silver sheen. I love it. Speaking of Sailor Kuro, TWSBI Black is kind of smelly. It's a strong smell. It's not pleasant, but it's not nauseatingly disgusting. It's like, I don't know, it's chemically. And Sailor Kuro also is kind of stanky. Different kind of stanky though. This one's kind of sweeter and more acidic, and this is just because, I don't know. I've never smelled anything like this. And if I have, I don't remember what it was. So I don't know how to describe that smell. It's like chemically inky, thick, viscous black smell. And then here's X Feather, which you might be familiar with. I think that the X Feather is a little bit darker, but this one has like warmer undertones and stuff like that. Definitely does not take as long to dry as X Feather does, though. So yes, those are those comparisons. If they were helpful to you in any way whatsoever, there you go. So let's go on to we'll do chromatography next. It's pretty cool. Can we zoom on this and it won't be a butt face? Maybe. Okay, so there's the regular one. It's beautiful, like, color stuff coming out of it. That's really nice. Here is the one that I let dry. Here's the one that I did with 100% pure acetone. Oh my god, I'm so happy you can see that baby blue on top. I was so afraid you wouldn't. But yes, cool. So, let's get Lady Pointy. So there we go. Dot stays pretty dark. And then it goes up into like gray, and you get like this gold here, and like a greenish color. And then it goes up into navy blue, and then it gets like dark black, and then it goes into purple. That's really pretty. It's really pretty. I love this chromatography a lot. I love anything with this ink that involves it like playing with water. So here's the one that I let dry. It definitely stays black, and then it goes up and it does the exact same thing, except maybe it's a little bit thinner in this part than this is, just because there's not as much going up. And the acetone one is really fascinating. Okay, so it stays dark. You still get those purple bits around here and like a few veins of yellow, but then it goes up into this just gold, like orangey yellow color. Oh, it's beautiful. And then right at the tippy top, we have these like stripes of baby blue. That is so neat. Super neat, super cool, super awesome. I love that. But this is just for funsies. This is not, I'm not going to like use acetone in a piece of artwork, or I just wanted to see what happened. And this happened. It is a thing that happened. So Coolio, awesome, opossum. All right. So here is my like massive bunch of random shit that I did with this ink. So we'll look at these three first. So here it is on watercolor paper. This is like the water test and the bleach test. And so when it's down really thick, it's like there's a coating. I don't know if it's pigmented or not. I haven't really seen any information about it other than that it's TWSBI Black. And it comes in a 70 milliliter bottle. And it's got that insert thing. So when I dropped water on it... Wait, yeah, that's water. Okay. It like took away that top part and just left this bottom part. Pop Tart. And like, you know, that doesn't sheen. It takes away whatever is in it that sheens. Kind of like, just kind of does that. So decent water resistance, really, at least on here. So then when I wrote with bleach up here in a dip pen, it didn't really move it in the thick parts, but in the parts where it thinned it out, see, I kind of like dug through the paper a little bit, so it like physically scraped off the other part. See, in that thin part, it turns like orangey color, like we saw in the chromatography there. So that's pretty neat. And then, yeah, it doesn't really do anything to it there. And then there's where I really scraped through the paper. That's just fibrous. And then down here, because I'll like do the ink and then like kind of run it out with water. And then in this thin part, it did the orange thing again. So you can see that there. And then like, oh, the kind of like beautiful things it does with water down here. Okay, so this is like the swatch I did. It goes from like pure and then thins out as it goes down. Really, really pretty. Really pretty. Really nice black. So here's the whole like Nick Stewart landscape thing. Look at that. Yes. Yes. This is gorgeous. Oh, it's stunning. In the like the super inky parts, you get that sheen again. And I'm like, oh my god, when it blends with the water, it just goes like that gold and the blue and the purple and the deep, deep, desaturated colors of sexy gorgeousness. Yes. 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 I am like obsessed with it. And those beautiful like spider legs effects going on. Veiny bits. Oh, yes. So I love this for artsy stuff. Ooh, here's like another one I did kind of like that, but this is on Midori MD cotton paper. Oh, it's so smooth. Like those blends. It's just, oh god, I don't know which one I like more. I think I like what this like looks like better, but the one like what this did, the way it's all so smooth, stunning, absolutely stunning. And this paper holds up really well. Look at that. There's like a lot of water down here. It doesn't bleed at all. Cool. So speaking of artsy shit, here's a little quick little doodle I did. Looks like Marilyn Manson circa 1994, but kind of like, yeah. So I did a sketch with, you know, just like a pen, and I used a water brush to like thin it out in spots, and then over here I did like water, and then I put the ink over it, kind of blended it out and stuff. Oops. But like, look at that. Look at the way you like get shading. It's just the ink and the water brush, just moving the ink around. Stunning. And like, oh, the way that color looks. Oh my god, it's like dingy, but in an aesthetically pleasing way. I love it. Totally my bag. Totally my bag. Loving it. Here is some more Midori MD cotton paper stuff that I did. This is before I started the paper tests. So this is the Pilot Prayer that I use. We'll talk about the pens. There's the pen that I wanted to use for this review. It's super wet, super inky, oh my god. And then here's like a little bit of like water stuff, and here's more like blend out water stuff. Beautiful. And then here's a big old splat, because splats are fun. It's like sheening around there, and it's really, oh god, it's so pretty. So nice. Deep, dark, beautiful black. Beautimus. Alright, okay, so here's the pens I used for the paper tests. Whoop. We'll start off with the ones that I really wanted to use. That was these three. So I have my Daily Driver Pilot Prayer with a fine nib. I have my TWSBI Eco with an extra fine nib that I've had for like ever. And then here's the new Diamond 580 Rose Gold 2. And I loved the writing experience with these pens on the first two papers. But then I was doing my swatchy bit on the Marama Nemocine paper. Nemocine. Sorry, I knew that. And, you know, got a little bit of starvation in the feed, so I wanted to prime it. So I went to prime it. So here, I put it back in my Eco. Because when I did Thing, the piston got really, really hard to move. Like, it's like it got stuck. Oops, I'll take the cap off to do that. But, like, here, it's totally just fine. Nothing wrong. Everything is just, like, this is a brand new pen. It's nice and smooth. Goes pretty easy. Might want to put a little bit of grease in there at some point, though, but not yet. I don't need to do that yet. So I'm doing it. I'm, like, it's freaked me out, so I, like, cleaned it out immediately. And then I went to do the same with this pen. I have it in there now. I don't know if you'll be able to see, like, what I'm talking about. But I'll push the piston. And it's totally fine for now. But once you get all the air out, it sticks. And this, all right, so when I was cleaning this out, I go to like pull the piston back and like suck up some water, and it sticks. It just pops right off of the rod. And I was like, what the actual fuck? So yeah, I put more water in it. I like popped it in at first, and then it was fine, and then I did it again. I'm just like, so I take it apart. I like put a massive amount of silicone grease on here. You can see it. It's probably way too much. But I'm like, okay, then maybe, all right. I have to make sure that it's the ink that's the problem and not an ungreased piston. So I go, and it's like you can get, it's not quite as bad as it was, but it's still pretty bad. See, like, right, you get the air out, and it's just, fuck you, no, I'm not moving anymore. And if it does move, it's really difficult to do it. So that's really scary. It goes back just fine, but it's like the ink is too thick to make it through the feed nicely. This is really, really thick, viscous ink. It's great for dip pens. But it writes just fine. Well, extra fine, because it's an extra fine, but see, like, totally fine. Nothing wrong there. It's just oh, God. Totally freaked me out. I don't like that. I also, so then, this was fine. It's the cartridge converter. It works very nicely. So then I just used these two for most of it, and then for the last one, I brought in the TWSBI Go. But this one kind of does the same thing. It's like trying to push it up is like difficult once you get past the air. Like, I should be able to just push this the rest of the way easily, no problems, but it's giving me problems and getting ink on my fingers because I'm not looking at what I'm doing. Sorry, that was my intermission song. I hope that pleased you in some way. So that's the thing. Told you, this is going to be a long one. We're already 17 minutes. Holy shit. So then I had it in this one. This is my Franklin Christoph Model 66. An Italian ice. Great pen. I love it. It's got a medium cursive italic nib. But I think this ink, I thought this ink would be like super wet because that's how it kind of seems to be at first. And that it would like flow through this no problem, but you have to write kind of slow. But yeah, that's the thing. I have issues with this pen when I write quickly. And those, like, I've had those issues like the whole time I've had it. I feel really bad. That's the thing. Maybe I just need to find the writing for it. But I don't like eyedroppers anyway. I don't. I'll put a cartridge in this. It'll look like shit, but I don't know. I need to be able to, like, prime the feed. I just have to. It's necessary for me. I don't know why. I'm just fucking weirdo. But yeah, so I used this for the rest of them, and that worked out fine. So then TWSBI Go 1.1 step. This is a broad, and I already said what the nib size is. Oh my god, stop fucking rambling. So here's my paper test. Gotta make sure I don't forget that this time. Clairefontaine 90 grams per square meter. Oh. So yeah, it's really nice dark, especially in that fine nib. Looks really, really good. Really good. Awesome stuff. Beautiful in the writing. I was like, yes. And it is a dream to write with in this Diamond 580. A dream. It's absolutely amazing. If I wasn't so afraid of it, it would probably live in that pen for like most of my life. If you want to see that, you could look at my unboxing of that pen. And I like gush all over the place. It's so wet. It's so, oh my god. Dry times really good for what this is. It took 5 seconds to dry in the Pereira, 12 in the Eco, and 33 in the Diamond 580. You can see that smear. It's nice and wet. It's just, yeah. Yeah, it's really wet in this pen, but it's kind of, I don't know if it's, I guess kind of dry-ish, but still really, really nice. And then that swatch looks really good. Got a teensy bit of sheen over there. Water test didn't do terrible. You can still read it, definitely. In all of the nibs. It like dyed the paper kind of green. Stuff like that. I mean, so that wouldn't be very pretty to most people. But hey, it's a thing. It happens. So on the back, we get, it looks like it's like half ghosting in the broad. So that kind of sucks. That's not a thing that I like very much. But in the other two, it's totally fine. Nothing wrong. Just put it down. Yeah. So, Maruman de Mocine, 80 grams per square meter paper. And here you get nice sheen. It's really nice and dark. You even get some sheen in that extra fine. That's really, or the fine. Yeah. Yes. Sheen in the Diamond 580. Oh god, it's amazing on this paper. I love it. It was just great. I had such a good experience with this until down here. 4 seconds to dry in the Prera, 14 in the Eco, and 37 in the Diamond 580, which, I mean, that one's kind of excessive, but like 14 seconds to dry, that's pretty good. And four in the Prera. I don't understand how that is even possible, but so I don't have a normal water test down here. This is the part where I like freaked the fuck out. But that swatch looks really good. Yay! And this is where I almost stopped doing the paper test for the review, because I'm just like, nope, not doing it anymore. But it's like, you know what, the show must go on. Ooh, the back. So we get little dots of bleed in the swatch. That's to be expected. We get a little bit of ghosting in that 580. So that's not the best, but I mean, I guess it's fine. It's not totally dreadfully awful. But then, you know what? I already had it in the Franklin Christoph. I have it in the Prera, obviously. So, yeah. See, it starts off not looking too good in the Franklin Christoph, but if you write slow, look at how nice and sharp and inky black that is. It's really nice. And so, but once it gets going, it goes. So yeah, it's kind of like thins it out a little bit here, so it doesn't look quite as dark. And like stuff right there. I don't know. I started getting really like anxious and mad, so my writing kind of suffered. And then here, it didn't want to go until here, and then it goes. It's just fine. It's just not as consistent as I would like it to be. Like this is written kind of fast, so it's not as wet. It took 3 seconds to dry in the Prera, and 18 seconds to dry in the FC66P. P66? Pocket 60, whatever. So then the swatch looks pretty good. It's got some gold sheen there. You can see kind of the green hints around here. It's very nice, really nice. I like it. And the water test did kind of bad. Like, you can't really see it in some of these spots. And there, it like totally like blurs it out. And there, I mean, it's really good over here. It still does that behind the page thing. And then on the back, we still get some of that ghosting, but it's not as bad. Over here, you can kind of see it a little bit. And kind of blend the swatch, but that's, we're not going to count that against it. So yes, alright, there's that. Now, Tomoe River 68 gram cream. It's like, oh my god, it's so good when you go, I really liked it on this paper. It's just, it looks really smooth, really nice and dark. Just really good. That Franklin Christoph really made this paper work a lot. The paper made that, you know what I mean. It's really nice. It looks so good on this cream paper because of like the shade of black that it is. Really amazing. Totally gorgeous. Took 7 seconds in the Prayer and 10 seconds in the Franklin Christoph. That's really good. I don't know what was going on there. It's kind of like dry in that spot and not as, but yeah. So there's the swatch. A lot of sheen. A lot of really nice sheen. And I got a drop of water on it. But like, look at that. That's really cool. You get that green and then that navy blue kind of thing going on. Yeah. Water test. That is kind of a big no. And that's kind of a no in a way. Kind of like totally made it not super juice-tastic. And on the back, it's not... You get some ghosting in that Franklin Christoph. I just like that sound. So it's not super great, but this is Tomo River. That's gonna happen. And it's a really dark black, obviously. So you're gonna get a little bit like that's a thing. So here's the 52 in white or ivory. Again, amazing when you go slow. You get so much nice sheen. And then here, I mean, it's not quite as inky, darky, super black there, but it's still, you still get it. Yeah, can we just focus here? Thank you. So there we go. It's good on this paper too. I don't like it quite as much as I did on the 68. But it's still really nice. It's consistent in that Prera, but the Prera has always been consistent. That's why I use it every day. So there it is. So yes. It took 5 seconds to dry in the Prera and 9 seconds to dry in Franklin Christoph. But like I started like not being as wet. It's kind of weird. This was also the point where I was starting to get really, really, really frustrated. And you will see that on the next two paper tests. Look at that sheen. That is like, it reminds me of Colorverse Black Hole. If you tried that one, awesome color, amazing sheen. I love it. So yeah, that's not bad. Water test, like, ew, that looks gross, like really gross. And then it kind of like totally just wash it right away in those parts. But you get like yellowy green kind of thing. That's pretty nice, but it didn't dye the page as much. So that's a plus. And then on the back, we get it like the serious ghosting in that Franklin Christoph. It's like nearing bleed. It's not quite. Like here in this spot especially. You see that? Yeah. And then, of course, some in the swatch and tiny dots of bleed there. But it's really not super, super bad, but it's a thing to be aware of. So here's the HP Premium LaserJet 32-pound paper. If you are new here, I hate this paper. For the most part. At least now that I know what like really good paper feels like and like writes like, if I had no idea what I was doing, I'd love it. But I don't love it. But I mean, it still was fine on the paper. It doesn't like feather or anything. It's way too thick to feather. I don't think it could feather even on the shitty copy paper, and it doesn't. Because we're looking at that next. But I like, God, 3 seconds in Prayer and 2 seconds in Franklin. See that? Like, look at my scrubbies there. They're just like, oh, get it fucking done. I hate it. So yeah, I mean the swatch looks good, kind of woolly in spots, but hey, water test. I'm sorry, this is embarrassing, but it stuck around a lot more than it does in some of the other papers. But it like blooms, unlike other papers did. Yeah, this was just, oh god, it was pissing me off. But on the back, there's nothing. It's like looks like a clean sheet of paper. Even if you put it down, you can't really see anything. So yeah, this is also super thick, like very thick paper. Next, we have the shitty copy paper. This is a 20-pound. It spreads like all inks do on this paper, but but it doesn't. I didn't get any serious feathering, like anywhere. It's really neat. It kind of goes like, you know, like the outside gets kind of rough, but really it's not so bad. Yeah, and then in the thinner parts it looks really gross, but still. Decent performance. And then it took 1 second to dry, both pens, practically instantly. And the swatch looks really nice and deep. Those paper fibers look fugly, but hey, it's shitty 20-pound copy paper. What do you expect? Water test didn't fuck up everything as much as it usually does. That's really neat. I was expecting it to kind of turn into chromatography bullshit, but it did. Maybe a little bit there, but that's about it. And then, so yeah, this paper's usually got good water resistance because it just absorbs right in. And on the back, we don't get a lot. We don't get any like bleed, except in the swatch, because that's gonna happen. But like serious ghosting, like all over the place. But no, like there's these parts here. It didn't come through to the other side at all. It just looks like it wants to. It just never made it. I imagine it might bleed in the 580, but I don't know. I don't know, because I can't use the ink on this paper. Man, it's fine. We're fine. So, last, certainly not least, my favorite of all papers ever. Oh wait, there's still one more paper. But as far as these go, yes. I don't know, I would have felt bad not using like a nice super broad wet pen on this paper, so I put it in my TWSBI Go 1.1 stub. And it just, I don't know, it looked, I don't know, Franklin Christoph didn't do super like finicky on this paper either. It's really nice. It's nice to look at. It's nice to like, you know, have existing. There's just some points that I just deeply upsetting. It's nice, super dark and really nice, and it took 7 seconds to dry in the Prera, 6 in the Franklin Christoph, and 15. One took 15 seconds in that super like wet TWSBI Go. Get some machine there. Water test looks gorgeous to me. Like, yes, it kind of like doesn't bloom as much as it did on some of the other papers. It's just got that wash over it. That's really pretty. And on the back, there is some definite ghosting, but no bleed at all whatsoever. I don't think I've had anything bleed through this paper yet. So that's cool. Cool stuff. I like it. Yes. So let's take a look at the ink journal page. This is Rhodia Heritage A5. It's got their like premium 90-gram paper. All right. So for most of this I used the Franklin Christoph, and for the bottom part I used the TWSBI Go. It's just I don't know. I'm so conflicted. I want to recommend this. I really, really do. Because it's great in like convergence stuff like that. But if you can't use it in the pens that TWSBI is known for, I don't understand it. I just don't. I don't get it at all whatsoever. But it looks good. Like, I loved it on the Cream Tomei River. I love it on this paper, too. Also kind of cream, but... God. I'll have to... Maybe I'll do more tests. I don't know. It's a thing. Yeah, I didn't have any issues with it, like, writing in most of the pens. Just pens I already had an issue writing with. Yeah, I can't... I don't know. I love it, but I'm mad at it. Does that make sense? Maybe, probably not. I don't know. It's a thing That's the thing with stuff, and I have feelings, and they're feelings, and I feel them. Boom. Let's get all the shit back in here. Yeah. Yeah. Let's put, oops. These are like my two favorite things. This pen and this. Yes. So cool. So I hope you got something out of that. I hope this wasn't complete and total waste of your time. I feel like I have more things to say about it, but I feel like I've said everything I could possibly say about it. So yeah, have a good day. Punch Nazis. I love you. Bye.